Hi, I'm Cheryl Belson, and I'm back again with another episode of Top 3 Things. This month, I am going to do a quick mention only here that the sewing retreat, the summer sewing retreat, is happening later this month. It's sold out and final payments are due. So if you missed out this time, look forward to the one coming in the winter or again next summer. But the top 3 things I'm going to highlight in the video this month are Common Threads results, which were amazing. I'm going to highlight what's coming up in October at the annual meeting, as well as what's coming up later in October, which is our free mini workshop with Jen Stern-Hasemann. So, as I always say, let's just dive right in. So the first thing I told you I wanted to tell you about was the Common Threads results. Now, you've had multiple different kind of ways to hear about these results, but different people plug in different ways. So I'm also going to mention them here in this monthly update because Common Threads was a huge success. It really was. And that is, number one, as a direct result of all of the planning and work that Verlia and Kathy did all year long to prepare for this. But in addition to that, we implemented some new tactics that we learned from our sister chapter in Sacramento this year. And some of those included printing some postcards that some of you actually distributed around the community. It involved our publicity team really doing some great work, getting the word out to, I would call them affiliated organizations, quilt guilds, fiber guilds, things like that. And so Africa and Janine did a fantastic job of sending out multiple emails to make sure they knew to save the date, as well as it's almost here and then don't miss it, it's this weekend kind of emails, which was fantastic and really increased the foot traffic. We also were in a new location, and I think that location was a better location for people to access our sale. And then lastly, the sale itself was organized in such a great way that people could really see everything we had to offer. So the net result of that was we had nearly 200 purchases that generated a little over $10,000 in sales. And that's amazing. So thank you to everyone that donated fabric, that donated your time to help sort or set up or measure fabric. Whatever you did, you are part of that success. So thank you. The next thing I want to talk about is the annual meeting that is coming up on October 18th. And I talked about it last month. I'm going to talk about it again this month because we've got so many things happening in October that I want to make sure that you don't miss or not fully informed of what's available to you as a member. The luncheon is going to be on October the 18th. We're going to have a speaker, Tammy Silvers. She is the design director for Banyan Batiks, which is a division of North Cuts. And she's going to be talking to us about batiks. I believe her talk is called something like a deep dive into batiks. So she's going to talk to us about how batiks are made and just some of the background of batiks. And whether you're a quilter or a garment maker or a bag maker, it doesn't matter. Batiks are beautiful, used in so many different ways. So I think she's going to be a really interesting speaker to hear from. We're also going to be having the So Scrappy President's Challenge. And I told you about this last month. I want to remind you again this month, anything pieced. It can be a quilt. It can be something that came out of the Scrappy Applique workshop we had back in the spring. It can be no matter what you make, as long as you've pieced things together, whether you've color blocked or upcycled from different pieces of a garment that you bought at, I don't know, a thrift store. Whatever you make, if it is pieced, putting different fabrics together, it is eligible for the President's Challenge. Now, I'll be sending out a link for you to submit your entries a little closer to the actual events. Around the end of September, 1st of October, I'll send that out. So just be looking for that and be planning your project and be ready to enter that. There are prizes, just like every year, $100, a $75, and a $50 prize for first, second, and third places. So there's your incentive to get busy and get ready to enter. The other thing I wanted to let you know that we'll be doing at the annual meeting is we're going to be launching our annual survey there. Again, I'm repeating last month, but there's a lot going on. I just want to make sure you're aware. There'll be a QR code for you to scan and take the survey right there during the meeting. If you're not comfortable with that, don't worry, an email will be coming out. I know last month I said we'd do a paper copy, found out that was going to be a real problem to try to pull that off of the database. So we're not going to do that, but if you don't feel comfortable using the QR code during the meeting, no worries. You'll get an email shortly after the meeting and you'll be able to participate via a link just like you have in the past. The last thing I wanted to mention, in case you're curious about what the menu is, we're having a salad bar this time. So there'll be plenty of variety. So no matter what your eating preferences are, you'll be able to find something to eat. But we also have a no meal option because the annual meeting is always free to all members. It's the meal that we charge for. And so if you don't want a meal, you can just sign up for a free ticket with no meal and be at the meeting instead. The other thing that's going to happen on the 18th after the annual meeting is a batik workshop. So Tammy Silvers will lead those that register. I think actually there may only be 2 open spots left in this workshop already because it's been open for registration for a little bit. But we'll be learning to make our own batik fabrics, and that will be immediately following. Well, I say immediately. We got to flip the room and clean up a little bit, but you know the drill. We've done it many times before. So registration is open for both the annual meeting, $10 for members or a free no meal, and the batik workshop is open. Members are $35, and you can see non-member prices on our website. Just go to our website to the events page and sign up right there. The last thing I want to tell you about again is on October 25th, Jen Stern-Hasemann will be doing a 1.5 hour mini pants fitting virtual workshop. So that's going to be on Zoom. It's going to be completely free to members. Only members are invited. So non-members are not invited to this. And so the way you will get the link is through Groups.io. We'll be posting that probably a week in advance. Last time when I talked to you about this, we didn't know the timing, but now we do. This will be on Zoom from 3 to 4:30 p.m. And so again, like I said last month, our Zoom account allows 100 participants and then it shuts off. So Jen will be one of those, and there'll be 99 spots left available for others of you. Now, we all know we have over 250 members in the chapter, so it's not going to have enough space for everybody to join individually. So have a watch party if you want to. But just be aware that as soon as Zoom gets that 99th person, it will stop allowing anyone else to join. The last thing that I always talk about is the Facebook challenge winner for this past month, which was bags galore. And the winner was, drumroll please, Betty Martell. Congratulations, Betty. And your bag is adorable. And thank you so much for participating in this challenge. Next month, our challenge is called Cozy Comfort. So post your cozy PJs, your cozy quilts, your cozy scarves, and the like. So put those out. It's actually already open, and it will be open until the 20th of September. So good luck. Hope you win if you participate. And congratulations, Betty. Be sure to reach out to the publicity team and let them help you select the prize for winning this month's challenge. That's all I have for this month. Until next month, I'll be sewing alongside you. Thanks for listening.